Like, is he an asshole at home sometimes?
Yes.
No,
Okay.
that's
All right.
Yeah.
No Elvis today.
Woohoo.
But we do have a special replacement guest.
yes. How we doing?
Spencer.
Danielle's son.
How we doing? I'm glad to be
Crikey.
here. It's
Wait,
very
no.
exciting. I've only been on this podcast, I think on Zoom. It was like
Yeah.
4 days before my 15th birthday.
Oh,
So,
Wow.
It's been a minute. Yeah.
What happened?
From my basement as well. So
Wow.
in person is nice.
Well, it's
yeah.
cool to have you in person.
Yeah, thank you.
You
for
know,
having me.
you're actually taller than I expected you to be.
I'm tall. I'm not that tall. I'm
Dude, you're
like
growing
5'9".
every day, man.
Yeah.
He's taller than me.
He's going to be 18 years old in a couple weeks.
Yes,
That's
I am.
crazy.
I know, it's insane.
Do you have any big plans for your 18th birthday? Like you want to, I don't know, hit a
I
strip
mean-
club or like what do you do when you turn 18?
I mean, nothing like that. But nah, we're gonna. I think we're going to a couple of cool places. We're gonna go L.A. I think, and then
Ooh.
and then we're going to the All-Star game.
We're going to the All-Star.
You're going to buy a scratch off?
Yeah.
Can I buy a scratch off at 18?
18, yeah.
So I have
Yeah.
to buy a scratch off.
But we're also going to see a Premier League game on
Oh
your
yes,
birthday
we're going to see a
at
couple
Red
of
Bull Arena.
English Premier League games at
Yeah.
Red Bulls, and then I think some in
In
Philly.
Philly.
Going to see my favorite team.
We're going to see Messi play this summer.
Yeah, that should be fun.
So
That'll
yeah.
be cool.
Yeah, someone's going to have a good summer. Don't
Imagine
worry.
you
It'll be
decided
fun.
not to go to college, you would get none of this.
Right, exactly. Yeah, one decision, nothing's happening like this. So.
Well, are you prepared for your big move across the pond?
I will be. I mean, I got 3 months until I head over there, but for now, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm not crazy nervous yet. I'll get nervous later. I expect that, but you know, my parents have done a good job preparing me for what I got to do. So
Yeah.
as much as a surprise it was, you know, I mean, when I made the decision, I should be prepared by the time I go.
He's talking like an athlete, by the way. He
Yeah.
really
How many
like
times-
answering.
How many times a year will you be able to come back?
Of what I know, I think it's only 2. I don't know about spring break because I haven't heard anything about a spring break. I might only be able to stay over there for spring break, but for now I got Christmas and then summer vacation.
I might be going over there for spring
Yeah.
break.
Nice.
But we're going to go for Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Over there.
Cool.
And then, you know,
Yeah.
and I told him, I said, hey, I'm off in October, so if you need me, I could come right on over.
Celebrate Thanksgiving in the country that doesn't
Danielle,
celebrate
I have a
Thanksgiving.
question, Danielle.
Yeah.
So Spencer comes across as such a kind, good boy. Like, is he an asshole at home sometimes?
Yes.
No, that's not true.
Okay,
I wouldn't
It's so
say-
hard to believe, but all kids are. So I
Of
get
course,
it.
all
Yeah.
kids have their moments where
Yeah.
they're idiots, and then you don't get along with them, and then they do something
I don't know. I'm
stupid.
going to side with Spencer on this. He seems like a very polite young man.
but-
I appreciate that.
But for the most part, he is so easy when it comes. Like, he's not a party kid. He's
Oh, yeah,
not
I
a
don't
going out with a
party.
million girls kid. He's not drama. I don't have to worry about him getting into fights. I don't have to. He makes the right decisions. Like, he is the perfect child.
It's like
He
the
really
typical
is.
oldest kid.
He really is.
Let me guess. Is Preston off the rails?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Well, he's the way
Preston-
you're describing it.
Wait. So Preston is a sweetheart. He's got the kindest heart. He'd do anything for anyone. He's the first person, if a new kid comes into the school, he's the first one to sit them at with them at lunch and be friends with them. But he's going to be the partier. He's the one who I'm going to get the phone calls and be like, come in, woo!
Yep, my little one too, same thing.
Yeah.
I think that's just the classic oldest youngest.
Yeah.
With everyone. I'm the
Yeah,
youngest, and
Yeah, there you go.
and my sister's the oldest, and she's so
And
much like
same thing,
Spencer.
I was the oldest. I never had a cigarette. I never tried marijuana. I never drank till I was of age. Like, I was the straight-laced person. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I was too, and I feel like I was cheated in all this because I
You
feel
were
like
until like 35.
I never got to like sow my wild oats when I was a kid.
But you sowed your wild oats when you got older.
Well, in my 20s. You knew
Yeah.
me in my 20s.
Yeah.
That's true. But it's true, though. I mean, I was always the role model student. I graduated magna cum laude. I graduated.
Is
That's
that-
not what it is.
You know that, right?
What?
That is
Magna cum
definitely.
laude.
Magna.
Laude.
Magma.
Okay, let's move on.
Coom.
Keep it going.
Loudly.
Why am I having a hard time
Whatever
buying
it
this?
is, I had like I had a 4.0.
I'm the
4.5.
smartest kid in the class.
I was not valedictorian. But the point is, I always followed all the rules. But the people that I know that were messed up then are like making triple what I'm making. These people are like millionaires and retired already. How does that happen? And they barely went to school. I know this is a
life
big
is
Why are you looking at me?
High risk, high reward. That's how
not-
life works, right?
what is it?
High risk, high reward.
Right.
I suppose.
Those are the risk takers.
But all the people that said you must go to the best school possible, you must follow the instructions, that doesn't necessarily lead to financial success.
My brother never went to college, and he does graphics designs, and he does incredibly well.
Right.
Yeah.
He never went to college. He just learned it and
So we
got very lucky,
we
and
were,
that was it.
We were living a lie back then. We were told these things.
We
We
were
said,
living a lie.
weren't we?
Yeah.
We were
Scary,
like,
you're doing okay for yourself.
no, I'm doing
Right.
okay. I'm
Yeah.
doing great.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a
Awesome.
lie,
You
though.
paid cash for a car. I don't want to hear.
I didn't pay cash for a car.
Yes, you did
That
years
was
ago.
Years ago.
You wrote a check, Danielle.
No, but it's true if you think about it, right? I mean, I'm not alone in this hill, am I?
I don't think we were lied to. I just don't think anybody really knew.
Yeah.
I think we all got into fields where you don't need a college degree, but there are a lot of places where you really do,
Right.
Yeah.
and
Like-
it's important to
You
have.
do now for sure.
And
Yeah.
plus, college is just an experience as well, right?
sure.
Would you give back that experience?
Never.
Okay,
Never.
then
No.
it was money well spent.
I got to tell
time
you,
well spent.
I never went to college a day in my life, and I regret the social aspect of it. I feel like I missed out a lot on, just fraternities
Oh,
and
yeah.
craziness.
Yeah,
and,
he was telling me about that when we were at the play a couple months ago. But I just feel like nowadays, like there's a lot of opportunities that you could have to be successful that you don't really need an education for. But that's just it's come with time. So as we've come to 2020, 2023 now, there's a lot of things that you can do online that you don't really need any sort of education for. You can just some people are lucky as well. where
Yeah.
they just fall into the right path. So.
Sometimes
you get
it's
a lot
who you
from
know or
college.
where you are.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm not trying to say don't go to college. I'm just
No.
saying it's not exactly a necessary prerequisite
depending on what you want to do.
to the right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Did you live
If
at
you
home,
want to be a
Scary?
doctor, please go to college.
Yeah, well, there's
Yes,
that.
please.
Yes.
Don't operate on me without that.
And the
Love that.
socialization part, like to Nate's point, it is so important and it is great. I mean, look what happened in this room.
Yeah, I know, right?
Without it.
But did you stay at home, Scary, when you went to
I
the...
lived at home. That was another thing.
Yeah, that
I
was
did
it.
too.
I was getting
never
ready to
got
live
to
at
go.
home.
And I never got to dorm, go away to school.
then you did
I was
so
living
far the opposite.
vicariously.
Right, so far the opposite.
Vicariously through my friends who went to all the SUNY schools. I was up at Binghamton every chance I got. I'm like, oh, look at you guys living this life over
See,
here.
my mom tried to make me go away, and I was like, "Nah, I don't want to go. I don't want to go." But now I go. I loved St. John's. I loved where I went to school, but I probably should have gone or at least studied abroad
Well,
at some point.
In retrospect, I went to Brooklyn College. Had I not gone to Brooklyn College, I probably wouldn't be here right,
Right,
now
I wouldn't
because the
be here
timing
either.
would have been off.
There you go.
I got a job in my junior year
Yeah.
of school and got to work for a year here at this radio station. So when I came back in my senior year, who would know if the job would have been there?
Everything happens for a reason.
Yep. That
Everything
sounds good.
happens for
and,
a reason.
and with him, he was actually going to commute. He was going to go
I
to
was
Iona.
getting ready to go
And
to
he was-
Iona, stay home, and I wasn't even gonna play soccer for the first year. I mean, I would have tried out for the club team, but luckily I got a magic chance. I don't know where it came from, but
He
just
got
had a magic
recruited.
See,
chance.
it's
yeah.
so funny. Like your mom, when I would talk to your mom about where you possibly would be going to school, I don't think you brought this up once. Was this
Because
kind of
this
like?
just
It was a
happened.
surprise.
So
Like
yeah.
the last 4 or 5 months.
The
this
last
just
time that I
happened.
saw everybody here was at the play that we went to, Shucked, but I had no idea what was going to happen. Then I was planning on going to Iona, and
that's
that was
right.
only a few months ago. So I was telling everybody, yeah, it's looking like Iona right now, but I was actually on a cruise ship when I found out that I could have possibility to go to England.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
exciting.
But he got
Yeah, it was
into.
exciting, but I had like 103 FIFA while I was there, so
yeah.
Well, there's
Yep.
that.
Yeah.
I hope I'll come back with an accent like Madonna.
I'll have an accent for sure within
Yes.
the first 2 weeks of being there. So.
But he got into like what 11, 12 schools.
Yeah, I mean, I got into some cool schools that I applied to, but I really was only gonna go.
What about Brooklyn Community College? Did you get into that one?
I did not.
Drop
Yeah.
Scary's name, they'll get you right
It's
in.
not
Right.
community college.
Right.
It's Brooklyn College.
Oh, Brooklyn
No
College.
community.
Sorry.
It's surrounded in a community, though.
Yeah, I mean, I was preparing to stay here, stay at home, go to Iona, but then train on my own with my coaches and all my teammates that were also close by, and hopefully get a chance to go and play somewhere my sophomore year. And I was lucky enough to have a contact at another school who wanted me this year. It didn't work out this year, and then maybe for next year, he still had me in mind. So, but everything changed though when I
Good
got
for you.
that message. So
I feel
Pretty
like you
cool.
manifested it. You look like a European footballer.
yeah,
Yeah, you
I
have
know,
it
some
down.
people are telling me
So
that. Allie just told me that when I was
He
coming
does.
Did she?
in here. Yeah.
because
I
you
always
do.
tell him. And then when he wears the little headband,
Yeah.
like they always
Right,
wear
yeah.
on his head, I'm just like, oh, dude,
You
you're
got
like
this.
Jack Grealish already over
Oh,
here.
And
yeah,
you're gonna be
Grealish.
the exotic one over there. They're gonna be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Spencer, your American accent."
Right.
I
I mean-
told him if
I don't
he
know.
meets a British girl,
Oh,
he cannot do like his dad did, where he met an American and he moves here. You cannot move to the UK.
Well,
She
Yeah,
She
you
needs
can.
But
She needs to
Follow
come
your
here.
heart.
You do
She's
you.
gonna be here, or I gotta move there.
I thought you were moving to the
Well,
UK. That's the
eventually,
plan.
yeah,
But
Okay.
okay, what if I got an opportunity to play in Poland? Like, what if I
I'm
was
not
able to play
moving to
soccer in
Poland,
All right, but
but
like, what if I got an
Young
opportunity to play in
Shamash.
Poland?
That's thank you.
Right. See, if I got a chance to play in Poland, that's my dream. I could
Yeah.
potentially sign a professional contract.
He actually keeps saying he would love to play in like Welcome to Wrexham, like
right,
that type
Wrexham,
of environment.
somewhere like
you
that.
know.
I mean, whatever it is, that's my dream, and I'm
Here's
lucky
some
enough to be able
life
to
advice.
chase it.
Hell yeah.
No
I'd
regrets.
never
Right.
hold you back. I just cry.
No, I know, yeah.
Make your mom cry. She's gonna be a fucking mess here.
Right,
They have to deal with me, Spencer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
know.
Thank you, Spencer.
But I do tell
Sorry,
everybody that I would never, like Sheldon or I would never ever keep him from his dreams. We want him to do whatever
My
he
mom
wants
was
to
the
do.
same way. Follow your heart.
Follow your
do
heart.
whatever you think you
Right.
need to do, and ignore your mom's
Yeah.
tears.
Right.
But I'm
Yeah.
so much happier seeing you happy, though. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Of course.
she'll cry, but she'll be happy.
And I also said to him, you can always come home. You can always Zoom. Thank gosh they have now
Yeah.
all these ways
Right.
to keep in contact. Because back in the day when we went,
Can you imagine getting a
bye-bye,
letter?
Bye-bye.
Can you imagine getting a letter every 3 weeks from your
Crazy,
kid
right?
back like
Yeah.
40, 50
When
years
I went
ago?
to sleepaway camp, for drama camp for like weeks, my parents would write me. It was so exciting when you got the letter in the mail from your
And it would
parents.
take 2 weeks to get one back to them.
Right.
We didn't have the internet. There was no
Yeah,
email.
no
My
internet,
email
right.
was invented in my sophomore year
It's
of college.
crazy though, isn't it?
I
Crazy?
swear to God.
No,
you laugh.
And wait, and our cell phones
And
were
people
like
have
this.
phones.
Our cell phones were like this. Hello.
And they called us
Hello?
into the school, the TV radio office around the computer, and they said, "Look, see this computer here? We could send electronic mail. We're all going to share this computer, and you could come on at 8:00 in the morning and check your electronic mail." And I was being gifted this privilege as in my sophomore
Right.
year of school. I'm like, "What is this electronic mail?"
Yeah, freshman in high school, we got beeped and had to go to the payphone in the lobby. Yeah,
It was like a drug deal.
that's
See
right.
how lucky
911.
you are?
Yeah,
See
I
how
know, I
lucky
know.
you are?
Yeah, it was a revolutionary
And we
idea
have
for
family
email.
a couple hours away.
Right.
Sheldon's.
I mean,
uncle.
okay, it's like half. I mean, they are my family, but I don't know them too well. I mean, it's gonna be like meeting a new person.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I've met them once, I think, actually.
But
The people I
you're
knew, so.
half British, so it's not like
Right.
you're going.
Yeah, I'll be. What I was actually thinking of, which was a couple of weeks ago when I sat down and just looked at everything. It's basically like I'm meeting a whole another version of myself, like when I go over to England. Because yeah, those people are part of my family.
Wow.
And I spent my entire life up until now, all my memories, knowing one side of my family, but then I could potentially be seeing an entire new world with all these, the English side of my family, with my dad's uncle, my dad's best friend, who's my godfather. I mean, all these people, learn about them, learn about what they do, and just figure out, what my dad grew up with in England. It's going to change everything. So
That's priceless.
This is going to be so cool. I'm
Yeah,
so
I know.
excited for you.
I'm kind of jealous. Like,
Yeah.
can I just go in your
So-
suitcase?
You're still going to listen to the Brooklyn Boys podcast?
Exactly.
Oh, dear
crazy.
God.
Be there with you.
really?
Come on.
There's
man.
things that I will be able to take with me. I mean, like, I won't be able to take my people with me, but I'll be able to take my music and my podcast with me. So
Yeah.
that'll be fun.
And you know, you can
exactly.
leave some of them behind, too.
No,
Right,
you
yeah,
can
yeah,
continue
yeah,
to
yeah.
listen to us.
He
Yeah,
loves the Brooklyn Boys. He
I
loves
know.
serial killers.
I'm just like an everyday listener to the morning show. Like I wake up and at 6 a.m. I go to the gym and I'm listening to the morning show instead of music. So with it being in the afternoon now, it's gonna be a little weird. I'll come back from school and I'll put the morning show on, or I might have to, like, the next day I might have to listen to the on-demand version from the day before and pretend like it's 6 a.m. and it's
Yeah, because
that's what I'm listening to.
We're an afternoon
Yeah.
show
That's
for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, okay. So at what point did you realize your mom was kind of cool and had a really cool job?
He still does it.
I mean, I always knew that she had a cool job because all of my friends would always be like, "Oh, that's awesome." I was like, "Yeah, it's pretty cool." But then,
my
like,
mom.
I think once I started to appreciate everything more, like, the opportunities to go to the theater or see concerts like Jingle Ball and all of that, like, that's an insane opportunity to be able to do that as many times as I was fortunate enough to, be able to do. So I'd say, like, probably when I was in 6th grade and I realized what a verified check mark as well on Instagram was, I was like, oh, wait a minute, this is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And then all my friends were like, what? No, that's crazy. She's verified on
Wow.
Instagram. Yeah.
She's
It's
famous.
the little things.
Right.
And now you can just buy one. Scary.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's
I didn't buy
crazy.
mine. I earned mine.
You bought your Twitter?
See, I still
No,
think
I
that you should have
You
a
said you
different
did.
colored check mark if you earned it. If you earned it, then you should have like a gold check mark, or if
Yeah.
you bought it, you should have the blue check mark.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I agree. Or a
Well,
red one.
It's been a pleasure having you here.
Thank you for having me.
And-
on the podcast.
Love you,
I appreciate it.
Spencer.
Here, let's make him a deal. How about this? Your first month in England,
Yeah.
you'd be a guest on our podcast.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Oh, and I
Yes.
think the drinking age is 18 over
Yeah,
there.
buddy boy.
I'll hit you up when I'm in Leeds.
All right.
We'll go to all the bars. Is that cool?
Sounds good.
God bless
New number.
us,
Who's
everyone.
this?
Danielle,
Who's
can I
this?
take him to a strip club?
Yeah, good luck.
pub.
Good luck
Yeah,
getting
You
him to
hate
go to a
strip
club.
clubs.
I hate strip clubs.
If you can get him to go to a strip club, I'll give you $10. Oh wow!
A lot more than that.
You be quiet in there.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.